Welcome to Here It Is, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night, which means it is time once again to get electric and frightfully hectic. That's right, it's Musical Hangout. This is live, unless you're watching it in the future, at which point it is not live. But at this particular juncture in time, we are live. It is Tuesday, the 4th of February in 2025, and we're feeling good. Would appreciate it if you would hit the like button down below to push this out to the masses, and maybe even hit that subscribe button since it is like button adjacent, or adjacent as the kids say. Of course, you can always click any of the links down below to find me on Facebook, Instagram, yada yada yada. And also, there are tunes that you can find of mine out there in the interwebs that are also available at the link down below. I'm also going to be playing some of them tonight, so hopefully I pique your interest and you go do that. It makes me very happy. Thank you so much to all of you who watched yesterday's guitar lesson on count them, five pieces of essential knowledge that you need to know to really get going on lead guitar, as I will demonstrate probably all five of those tonight. But before we do that, I gotta ask, has anybody checked on Bob? Of course, I'm referring to the great sage and eminent poet Bob Dylan. I've been meaning to talk to you guys about this for a while. I tried to squeeze it into that Bob Dylan, the Complete Unknown review I did for the channel here. If you are new, go check that out. But it just didn't seem to fit. The reason I mention that is because his tweets are he got on Twitter last year, and there's about 11 tweets so far in counting since 2024. I believe it started in October. And these are some of the strangest, most cryptic things you've ever read. I actually grabbed a couple of them. And we'll talk a little bit more about Bob Dylan and social media as time goes on. But I just want you to get a grasp of some of these here. The first one was, I didn't write the date down, but it says, "Happy birthday, Mary Jo. Can't wait to see you in Frankfurt." Now, Frankfurt is spelt like the capital of Kentucky because I took Mrs. Wilson's 4th grade geography class, and I know all the 50 states and capitals in any case. But the thing is you look it up, and he was actually scheduled to perform in Frankfurt, Germany. So either Bob Dylan is a worse speller than I am, or something else is going on. Here's another good one. This one says, "Last time in New Orleans, we ate at Dookie Chase's restaurant on the corner of North Miro and Orleans. If you're ever there, I highly recommend it." That's a fairly normal thing. And this one is one of my favorite ones. So there's a lady by the name of Cheryl Henry. She's replying to a tweet by Bob. Or do they still call it tweets now that it's X? In any case, she says, "My joy was taken away after rehearsing as one of the backup dancers for your set on the Grammys in New York City in 1991. We all had to walk single file to exit through the backstage area past the dressing rooms where you were standing wearing a hooded black robe, kind of like the boxers used to wear." And then Bob Dylan says, "Saw your reply. Just want you to know, I've never told anybody to not make eye contact with me. That is just ridiculous. And the next time you see me, please look straight into my eyes." Now, that's not even the end of it. Now, according to inside sources, namely his son Jacob, who he must be the only kid of Bob Dylan's that responds to media requests, because anytime you look up Bob Dylan and his kids, he might just be because Jacob's the most famous, but he's at least the most vocal. And he says, "My dad tweets more than I do, and I'm just as confused as the rest of you as to what any of this means." Now, I can handle old people tweeting weird stuff on Twitter. I mean, have you been paying attention to the news and or politics lately? But what I can't get behind is the strange things that's been happening on his Instagram. A few days ago, he posted a clip of Eddie Van Halen, of all people. And first of all, anytime one of my heroes mentions another hero, I get excited, like a white girl at a Taylor Swift concert. But it was Eddie Van Halen performing, I believe it was in 1988, at the Les Paul tribute concert, with no caption. And I was like, okay, well, we did just pass what would have been, God rest his soul, Eddie Van Halen's 70th birthday. But then again, more and more weird music clips from, I'm pretty sure, there was a Django Reinhold clip, which kind of makes sense given some of Bob Dylan's musical influences and whatnot, but just bizarre stuff. So I'm just wondering, is he okay? You know, usually these guys, when you get to the level of Bob Dylan, you outsource. You pay some social media expert, $22 an hour to run your socials, but he might actually run his own. which is hilarious. Alright, I got the good old 59 Dragon Telecaster here with me. Then we're going to get loud. We're going to do some blues. We're going to do some rock. And maybe something in between. This first number we've done a couple of times because I just like it. It's a funny chicken picked sort of a thing by Roy Buchanan called Filthy Teddy. Here we go. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. That was Filthy Teddy by one Mr. That was bothering me. By one Mr. Leroy Buchanan from the 1972 album, aptly titled The Second Album. Alrighty, time to get sinister with one of my tunes. This is a signature tune of mine, if you will, called The Sinister Shuffle. It's in the key of G, much like the last song. In fact, just like the last song. You can hear it on a very cool album called I Have No Strings and I Must Play. It came out... When did that come out? It came out in 2023. Holy smokes. Second of two completely instrumental albums that yours truly has done. Zach Hval, singer-songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire. If you don't like the live version of this tune, which I'm about to do, you can always just click the links down below and listen to the recorded version. But the live version goes something like this. Yeah, the Sinister Shuffle. I felt that one in my dang corns. Chewy, chewy, chewy. That is what the 59 Dragon Telecaster be Dewey. Special shout out to Jimmy Page, the rock solo man, the riff master general. Hopefully, I proved to you this evening that he saved a few riffs for me. Speaking of riffs, we've done some bluesy stuff here. We're gonna keep it rolling here with a little bit of funky, but not too funky. This tune is called Funkify Your Mind, but I like to think of it as funkifying your blues, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. going on here? I want to finish setting this up. Freaking things coming up on my computer screen. Anyways, that was Funkify Your Mind from my album called I Have No Strings and I Must Play. Same album as The Sinister Shuffle. Holy smokes, I liked that. It's one of those rare moments where you actually do the performance better than you rehearse it. Okay, we're actually going to do something I haven't done in a while, which is a guitar switch. Numero uno, numero two. We're going to do some slide guitar. I've been practicing on my slide guitar. Last year, I told myself I'm going to get good at... I'm going to get good at slide guitar again. I'm going to practice in standard tuning, and then I'm going to go back to open tuning, because open tuning is easier, honestly. Those of you who play guitar know exactly what I'm talking about. But then I got a little funky the other week and decided to, you know, put the old Gristle 90 here in open E tuning. And do a rip-roaring epic version of the old Statesboro Blues that's been done by just about everybody. I kind of like two versions of this song. The classic Allman Brothers tune, you know, version of it that everybody knows. But I also think Taj Mahal did a really good version of it. And I've only done this one acoustically live before. I think the last time I've done Statesboro Blues, I did it on the acoustic guitar in Nashville, Tennessee, Cafe Coco. Back in the old open mic days. Alrighty, here's Statesboro Blues. Well, wake up, mama, won't you turn your lamp down low? Wake up, mama, now, won't you turn your lamp down low? Have you got the nerve to drive the Z-Man from your door? Well, my papa left me wild, mama left me reckless. Well, mama left me reckless and papa left me wild. Ain't good looking, but I'm some sweet woman's angel child. Going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? I'm going up the country now, baby, don't you wanna go? I'd like to take you with me, but honey, baby, if you wanna go. Well, I woke up this morning, had them Statesboro Blues. Statesboro, Georgia, that is. I woke up this morning, I had them Statesboro Blues. I was over in the corner, Grandma had them too. Yeah, the old Statesboro Blues. A classic. I believe that's what they call a standard in our industry, ladies and gentlemen. On the Gristle 90 in open E tuning. I'll get better at that. It's what we call a little bit of live practice. Gotta train yourself to think on your feet. That's another tip for improvisation. You know, good against backing tracks and the ghosts in your apartment or house or whatever is one thing, but good against an actual audience. That's where boys become men, if you don't mind me saying the age-old adage. But now we're gonna do a little tune by Jim Hendrix called Red House, or as we know it around here, Crimson Domicile. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have firmly entered the blues territory. Red house over yonder, that's where my baby stays. Oh, there's a red house over yonder, oh, that's where my baby stays. I ain't been home to see my baby about a 91 half day. That's a long time. Well, wait a minute, something's wrong. The key won't unlock this door. Something's wrong. The key won't unlock this door. Well, I got a real bad feeling that my baby don't leave me no more. Yeah. Got that guitar though. go back over yonder. Way back yonder across the hill. I'm gonna go back over yonder. Way back yonder across the hill. If my baby don't love me no more, well, I know good and well her sister will. A little bit of Red House on with a red hat, guitar with red on it. There's some red on my shirt, the Doom shirt. I put it on this morning and I saw myself in the mirror, and of course it was reversed and it said mood. And I thought, life sometimes gives you little gifts. And you must respond to them. All right, we're going to do another blues tune. Of course, though, this one doesn't have the stale classic blues changes that you might be used to. This one's got some gospel-y kind of changes to it. It's a tune of mine that I wrote as a tribute to a guitar hero of mine called Michael Bloomfield. And the song is aptly titled Tribute to Michael Bloomfield. And I hope that you will enjoy it. It goes a little something like this. tribute to Michael Bloomfield, heard on my last album called Imaginary Songs, where dreams come true, or nightmares. Either way, we're getting lots of slide stuff in tonight, and I like it. Yeah, that's the right tune. I always have a habit of starting the wrong song on this live stream. Those of you who've been watching for a while know this. But this is a tune of mine called The Other Side of the Screen. It's about a problem that many young people face this day. Other Side of the Screen is the name of that tune, and it is found again on the Imaginary Songs album. Wow, that's a couple in a row there. That was kind of a depressing song, so let's bring it back up tempo-wise. And I suppose thematically, the tune Albert King did. Now, many people like to do the rumba version of this. Now, rumba is a rhythm that you hear a lot in blues, specifically a lot of stuff from New Orleans, Louisiana, which we know from Bob Dylan that we're supposed to eat at Dokies. Or was it Dookies? I hope it's Dookie because that's a funny word. Anyways, but I like to do it the way I liked that version that you can hear. I believe it's on the Born Under a Bad Sign album. But I like it when he did it in 1974. I believe that he was, Albert King, that is, was on the Stax record label then. And it was sort of a nice, like, he was kind of, the disco scene was kind of starting to become a thing. So he was kind of tapping into that funky side of things. And so that's one of the things I appreciate most about Albert King is sort of that, you go a little later on in his career, and it was like kind of like this funkiness meets this bluesiness, and we all have a good time in Jesus' name. Can you dig it? So, that being said, a number of years ago, I heard the funky version of this song. It's called, if you find it on Spotify, I believe it says Crosscut Saw 1974 version, which I'll go on record as saying that's the superior version. Look, I got nothing against the folks that do the rumba version. I loved jamming to a rumba. It's one of my favorite grooves. But I also like to get funky because my right hand gets a little antsy. Turn off that slapback delay. Get a little bit more en natural. And do something like this. Oh yeah. Pay attention now. So you got a groove going. I'm a cross-cut saw. Honey, drag me across your lawn. I'm a cross-cut saw. Honey, drag me across your lawn. I'll cut your wood so easy for ya. You can't help but say I saw. I got a double-bladed axe, really cuts good. I'm a crosscut saw, honey, won't you marry me in your wood? I'm a crosscut saw, wanna drag me across your lawn. I'll cut your wood so easy for ya. You can't help but say I saw. Well, some call me woodcutting Sam, others call me woodcutting Ben. Last girl to cut wood for, well, she wants me back again, 'cause I'm a crosscut saw. Wanna drag me across your lawn. I'll cut your wood so easy for ya. You can't help but say I saw. Now watch this. Crosscut Saw, 1974, by our good friend Mr. Albert King. Alright, a couple more for you. We'll do another blues. Man, a lot of blues. I've kind of overcorrected. Last couple of weeks, we've been hitting you with the high-octane rock and roll stuff. This week, we are doing a lot of more blues, but at least the blues is interesting. I've tried to hit you with different changes and whatnot. This one has some... Because I'm kind of a snob when it comes to these things. I want to, make my mark, so to speak. And so I'm like, well, I know I like the standard blues progressions. There's a couple of them. But I also like to throw in little sneaky things in there. And this has got one of them. There's a tune called Sweet and Salty. something like that. Or we're going to close it with one I haven't done in a while. It's one of my tunes called Frankie's Barstool. It can be found on my third album, a very experimental album to say the least. It came out in 2021. It was a concept album. It tells the story of young Frankie Baston, who was a young high school student, joined the Marines, and went off to fight in the Big War. And unfortunately did not make it back home. But they saved his bar stool for him anyways. Yankees Barstool. Another one of those ones you kind of can just lose. I can play that song all day. Could lose myself in it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out for however long you did, for how many people were out there watching this, and how many people will watch this. It is awesome. I love it. It makes me happy. It feels good. I like playing guitar. I burped. Whether it's just me in here in this room by my lonesome, whether I'm bothering my wife with annoying guitar licks, it doesn't matter. I love doing it. And I would like to continue to do so until my hands fall off and I lie moldering in the grave. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Musical Hangout, the February 4th edition. I will be back brand spanking new, refreshed, and ready to go on the 11th of February. That is next Tuesday, 6 p.m. on the Pacific time zone. If you want to get notified about such things, follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Or actually, I don't have Twitter. I don't know why I said that. Follow me on Instagram. I do have that. All the meta ones, the Zuckerberg ones. I want him spying on me. Do that. Listen to the music streaming below. That's all I got for you. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Zach Hval, singer, songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire, signing off, reminding you that the best aphrodisiac is still a naked woman. Bread is bread, cheese is cheese, praise God. Let's see, what joke did I want to tell you? Ah, yes. So, a mother and father had twins, and they decided to give them up for adoption. One was sent to Egypt, and his name became Amal. The other one was sent to Spain, and the parents named him Juan. Years go by, and Amal wants to connect with his birth parents, so he sends his birth mother a photo of himself. And the mother says to her husband, "Well, I would really like to see a picture of Juan." And the husband says, "Well, they're twins. If you've seen Juan, you've seen them all." Alrighty, we'll see you next time, folks.